Welcome back to Acrylic Arts Academy, where we teach the world to paint. Today, we will craft a stylized and bold hibiscus painting with step-by-step directions for beginners. Before we begin, let's cover the materials you'll need for this project. Pause here to read more, or look in the description below for the same information. Step 1. Prepare your art supplies. Gather your art supplies: canvas, acrylic paints, brushes, palette, water bowl, pencil, ruler, and paper napkin. Step 2. Draw straight lines using a pencil and ruler. Draw straight lines on the canvas to create a grid or pattern for your painting. Follow our lead and sketch out stripes that are the width of your ruler. As always, pause the video if you need more time to complete this step. Step 3. Paint the stripes. Use a smaller flat brush to paint alternate lines with black acrylic paint, leaving the other lines white. Take your time to add this paint evenly and within the drawn lines. This will create a visually interesting background. Step 4. Wait for the canvas to dry. Allow the painted canvas to dry for about 5 minutes before proceeding to the next step. Step 5. Sketch the flower silhouette with a pencil. Lightly sketch the silhouette of the flower of your choice onto the canvas. This will serve as a guide for painting. Let's pause here and consider the shape of this flower. Here's a real hibiscus. Try to create a very simple drawing that includes large petals and an organically shaped center. This drawing does not need to be perfect, it's just a guide. Step 6. Apply base coats. Gather these colors on your paint palette. Start by using red acrylic paint to create petal-shaped blobs as the base of your flower. For a smoother result, use less paint for this step. As always, pause the video if you need more time to complete this step. You're doing a great job. Continue your design as shown here and don't give up. It takes time to get a painting the way you want it to look. Step 7. Layering paint. Continue layering paint onto the flower, adding shades of red, orange, and yellow to create depth and dimension. Consider the direction of light and shadow to determine where to apply lighter and darker shades. Mix the different shades of paint to your liking and add them to create dimension. You're doing a great job. Trust your creative intuition as you create this design. Step 8. Add details. Using the back side of the brush or a smaller detail brush, dip into paint and create dots to add texture and detail to the flower. Focus on giving the flower a realistic-looking texture and depth. Take your time and use a dotting motion to add these details with a textural feel. Follow our lead to obtain a similar result. Use deep red to add the outline to the flower. This will also quickly add depth to this image. Step 9. Highlight and shade. Highlight lifted petals with light yellow and add darker shades of red to the deeper parts of the flower to give it additional depth. This will enhance the flower's three-dimensional appearance. Take your time as you make your creative moves and enjoy the experience of choosing your next steps. To enhance this design, add splotchy yet small splashes of paint around the outer petals. Follow our design or create your own. Enjoy the process of adding these small yet beautiful flourishes. You're almost done with this painting. So give yourself a pat on the back. Add these flourishes and any other that you think will look great. As shown here, petals or stems can be implied with simple lines. Step 10. Final touches. Once the paint has dried completely, use fresh paint strokes to refine the details of the flower. During this step, choose any areas of interest to bring the color up as a highlight or darker as a shadow. Use light yellow or white as your highlight, reserving deeper red and black to offer low lights. It's important to take your time and work until you're ready to call this painting done. Ensure that the inside of the flower is darker to create contrast and depth. Add any final details or highlights to complete your acrylic floral painting. Step back and admire your masterpiece. You can create a stunning floral composition using acrylic paints with these simple steps. Let your creativity blossom on canvas and enjoy the process of painting your beautiful flower masterpiece. Thanks so much for joining us today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with a creative friend who may enjoy it. Subscribe to Acrylic Arts Academy to level up your painting skills. See you next time. Happy painting!